Here's an idea that quietly powers almost every real program. A data structure where you get to choose the index, not 0, 1, 2. Any label you like, pointing at any value you like. In Python, that structure is the dictionary. A dictionary maps a custom index called a key to a value. Think of a physical dictionary on a shelf. You look up a word and it gives you a definition. A Python dictionary does the same. It maps one object to another. Each piece of a dictionary is called an entry, and an entry is just that pairing, one key joined to one value. To really get this, compare it with a list. A list also maps something to something else. It maps an index to an element, but a list's indices are rigid. They must be the whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 in the exact order, starting at 0 and climbing by 1. A dictionary lifts that restriction. The index no longer has to be a counting number. It can be almost any object you choose. In that light, a list is really just a very restrictive dictionary, one whose keys are forced to be 0, 1, 2, 3. One word of caution before we build one, because the vocabulary trips people up. We've been using the word value to mean the contents of a variable, as in the variable x holds the value 5, but value is also the name for the second half of a dictionary entry. To keep the two ideas from colliding whenever we mean the second half of an entry, we'll call it the dictionary value. So how do we build one? Dictionaries use curly braces the same way lists use square brackets and tuples use parentheses. The simplest dictionary of all is the empty one. The name, equals, and a pair of curly braces with nothing between them. That creates a dictionary in memory with 0 entries. Its length is 0. It's an empty container, ready for us to fill. To store something, we put an entry inside the braces. Here's a dictionary with one entry. The key 4, a colon, and the value 16. The thing before the colon is the key. The thing after the colon is the dictionary value tied to that key. Reading it through the list analogy, this places the element 16 at the custom index 4. The colon is what glues a key to its value. Dictionaries aren't limited to numbers. A key or a value can be almost anything, and you can even mix types. Keys do have one restriction, which we'll meet later. In practice, though, we usually keep all the keys one type and all the values one type. Here's the example we'll carry through the rest of the video. A dictionary named grades with 4 entries, each separated by a comma. It maps Anna to a B, Matt to an A, John to a B, and Katie to an A. The keys are strings, student names, and the values are strings too, their letter grades. Those names are now our custom indices. Now the payoff, getting a value back out. Because a key is just a custom index, we look one up almost exactly the way we index a list. With a list L holding 10, 20, 30, and 40, to fetch the element at position 3, we write L, followed by 3 in square brackets, and that expression becomes 40. With our dictionary, we write its name, grades, followed by the key, the string John, in square brackets. Python walks into grades, finds the key John, and returns the value stored with it. The whole expression collapses to the string B, precisely the way the list expression collapsed to 40. No loop, no searching, one line. But there's a catch. What if we ask for a key that isn't there? Suppose we write grades followed by the string grades in square brackets. Grades was never added to grades, so Python can't find that key. And instead of guessing or returning nothing, it stops and raises a key error. That's a useful signal. Whenever you run code with dictionaries and see a key error in the console, it means you try to look something up with a key the dictionary doesn't contain. Check your spelling or check that the entry was ever added. Here's a natural question. Can we go backwards? Given a grade like B, can we ask which name maps to it? The answer is no. There is no single expression for the reverse lookup, and the reason is baked into how dictionaries work. Values are allowed to repeat. Look at grades. The grade B belongs to two different people, Anna and John. So if you asked for the key attached to B, Python wouldn't know whether you want Anna, John, both of them, or a list of every match. Rather than guess, it simply doesn't offer the operation. To go from a value back to its key, you'd write your own loop that checks every entry and collects the matches, something we'll do later. Let's put this to work. The exercise, called Find Grades, asks for a function with two inputs, a dictionary that maps student names to grades, and a list of student names. It returns a list of those students' grades in the same order they were asked for. When a specification reads densely like that, lean on the example. It makes the requirement concrete. And here's the important twist. This exercise brings its own test dictionary named D. It is not the grades dictionary from before. Same four names, but look closely. Here Matt has a C, where before he had an A. This is deliberate, not a typo. Always work from the dictionary in front of you. So with D and the list holding Matt, then Katie, we expect the function to look up Matt and see a C, look up Katie and see an A, and hand back a list with two grades in it, a C, then an A. Now the solution. Start with an empty results list, L, then loop over the students one at a time. The loop variable S is each student name, a string like Anna. For each S, look up that student's grade with grade. The parameter, which here is bound to D, indexed by S, save it in G, and append G onto L. When the loop finishes, return L, run it on D with Matt and Katie, and out comes a list containing a C followed by an A, exactly what we predicted. Two habits will serve you well here. First, almost every program you write from now on has a loop at its heart, so when you're stuck, ask what loop you need. Second, next to a loop, drop a short comment showing an example of what the loop variable holds. S is Anna, so you never lose track of its type while you write the rest. And notice how little work this took. Attaching values to custom keys, then reading them back, is a single indexing step. No iteration required. Step back and the whole idea is small but powerful. A dictionary is a list set free. Instead of being forced to number your slots 0, 1, 2, 3, you label them with whatever keys make sense. Names, words, identifiers. You build it with curly braces, filling it with key and the value entries. You read a value back in one step by indexing with its key, just as you index a list. And if the key isn't there, Python tells you with a key error. The one thing it won't do for free is run in reverse because values can repeat. Master this pairing of keys to values and you've got the data structure you'll reach for again and again. To practice what you just learned, this course has free exercises and AI graded feedback on ludium.ai. The link is in the description.